melt in the next day or two. It's going to be very solid and hard the next couple days after that because cold weather coming our way.
What a great idea that is. And Anthony, we were chatting. We can't believe that tomorrow is already Groundhog Day. Did you think about that?
I did, yeah. Well, I was looking about that earlier. Of course, that's in Pennsylvania, I believe. And sky condition over there, I'd have to check on that specifically because they're going to be getting close to the back edge of that big system along the East Coast. And I'm going to actually take a look at that in the interim and have an update for you at 11 o'clock. But nonetheless, yeah, Groundhog Day, I mean, it's just crazy how fast time is flying here. We've gone through November, December, January, these possible months where you'd, potentially get some accumulating snow. We've only had 15.2 inches in Grand Rapids. We're likely going to add to that tally over the next several days and through next weekend. Certainly, the question is how much are we going to add to it? That remains in question. Grand Rapids Tower Cam right now, we do have mostly clear skies. I've gone outside a number of times over the past few hours, been looking up, and it's basically just clear out there. There are some very high-level clouds drifting across. Temperatures are going to dip back into the middle teens here in the overnight for a lot of us. That remains to be seen just how far down the mercury can go. The temps really haven't been dropping off quite as much as most people have been predicting recently. So I'm going to take a conservative, go 16 or so to begin tomorrow morning. Sunshine should be in control for the majority of hours like it was today. If there are going to be some scattered clouds around, that would be focused in the morning. By the time we get to the afternoon, I think minimal, if any, clouds. I mean, I'm anticipating basically a cloudless blue sky in Grand Rapids for the majority of these hours, say 11, 12 o'clock and beyond, and possibly even before that. We'll see about that. More sun, yes, for Tuesday and Wednesday. Next system arriving on Thursday afternoon into the evening, and that one may indeed bring some accumulations of slush and snow in here. Watch that system closely. Not a huge winter storm, but perhaps if everything worked out, there could be some winter weather advisories nearby. Coldest air of the season comes plowing in thereafter, and boy, I'll tell you, it's going to be very cold by this coming weekend and into early next week. Right now, yeah, it's chilly around the Midwest at Great Lakes, but nothing we haven't seen before in early February. It's off into the extreme northern sections of Canada. Known as the Canadian Archipelago region, where it is between about -10 and -30, and that coverage of the landscape where it is that cold is growing, and it'll be settling southward, it does appear, over the next few days, and right up against that U.S.-Canadian border Thursday into Friday, and then heading southward pretty quickly thereafter. There you see it, 23 degrees in Grand Rapids. Here's the look on the model for Sunday. Bright white colors signifying bitterly cold air, and look at how far down we're going to go. 14 and 13. That may be conservative. We'll see how this shakes out. Certainly during the nighttime periods, we're going to be down into the single digits. So that's the time frame to look out for, where you just aren't going to want to go outside a whole lot with winds blowing, wind chills that'll be likely sub-zero at that time. Satellite and radar, yes, few flurries over towards Windsor, Ontario, and then building into snow towards the East Coast. This system is going to be letting up, though, as we get into tomorrow morning, starting to make better progress away from the coastline. This is the moisture, though, across Washington and Oregon. There's also another disturbance further northward in the Gulf of Alaska. Those two will come together across British Columbia and Alberta, then start to slide a little bit to the southeast, and it'll be the system that brings us perhaps a mixture of rain and snow, but trending towards snow on Thursday evening. Let's watch the model. This is tomorrow afternoon. A lot of sunshine in there. You notice there are a few clouds over Lake Michigan and towards the Detroit area, but we're going to find ourselves in a nice slot here on Tuesday as well as on Wednesday, when we can make it well into the mid-30s. Be a little melting snow out there too. And then here come the clouds overnight Wednesday into Thursday. Next batch of moisture will be arriving. Temperature is going to be marginal here Thursday afternoon and evening, so perhaps a little bit of a mixture, but then a switch over to snow as the moisture kind of grazes across the region. Thinking maybe we could get a couple inches of slop there overnight into Friday morning, and then lake effect snow flurries and showers over the weekend. I'll talk more here about the bitter air. Janice and Derek coming up.
All right, it's going to get cold. West Side Business doing its part, meanwhile, to help